This is esports! You think esports? This is FTC!
Hey everybody, it's Skullgirls After Hours, a long-standing tradition, continuing again here on BG Callisto. I'm Kai Kennedy, and Cloud, one of the best to do it, is joining me today. We're going to be seeing a Dahlia exhibition up first, and I want to get the pro thoughts on exactly what this character is bringing out. What do you think?
Thank you so much for that, Kai. Black Dahlia is shaping up to be what I would say like a mid-range zoner. She definitely has specialized buttons, like her crouch medium kick and her stand medium kick. They're not the standard like either crouching low or other specialized low button. Her crouching medium kick is the trap that will lay down something, if you know Marvel, like a Rocket Raccoon bear trap, where if they walk into it or jump into it, they'll get stuck within hit stun. Allowing Black Dahlia to come in for a full combo. Things like her stand medium kick, which will move her forward. So like once you frame trap into that bear trap, which you can do from crouch light kick to crouch medium kick, which push block baits, you can do stand medium kick, which moves her further forward for a combo into stand hard kick. So you can think of her as having specialized normals, more so than most of the cast, because most of the cast, if not 90% of them or so, have like the standard medium kick low or something else about them, like a pick and firm button on their mediums. She has, of course, her gun and reload mechanic. Essentially, she has within her kit the ability to shoot out these mortars, bullets. There's also going to be different ammo types. Currently there is the mortar type, which will just cause a knockdown on hit, or a shotgun.
Right, got some buckshot.
Essentially the buckshot is a physical hit. It's not a projectile, so it's not reflectable, so it's very good at neutral, very good to confirm from things because it will cause wall bounce, or the new hit stun type of ceiling bounce, which is very cool to see.
Oh, the sliding wall bounce is also tight.
Yes, and then it will be sliding into wall bounce. So we're going to be seeing some of that here. You're going to be seeing right off the bat here some projectile zoning. And you'll see they just get up close and personal and start using that stand medium punch button, which moves her forward and is a multi-hit that allows her to confirm it to this.
Yeah, so one of the interesting things you'll see here, especially from SonicFox, but Penpen also, is they've got a chance to warm up for hours today. So
yes,
they are getting used to these characters. But one of the interesting things is when you do gunshot in the air, the button you choose moves Dahlia in a certain direction. So if you were to say do heavy gunshot in the air, it will move her down because the blowback from the gun moves her down, which creates opportunities for interesting run under mix-ups and so on and so forth. Just one of those ways, in the same way that, you know, say Ophelia or an Annie can move themselves around in the air in creative ways, she has a slower but still sort of interesting and innovative way to move herself around in a tricky way.
Yes. So all of her gunshots in midair impact her momentum, as Kai mentioned, allowing her to position herself for additional either zoning or attempts to, like, say, anti-air or just space her normals and specials in order to better trap the opponent. You can think of her more as like a trap gunner who's trying to like bait you into a space, the standard zoner archetype, but she also definitely has things like the assault to get in on her opponent. She also has one of the lowest air throw approaches in the game with her assault, as she can cancel assault into throw very early on. She also has a slew of buttons that can actually anti-air, which is very rare in Skullgirls. You'll see that anti-airing is usually hard for characters to do without the assist mechanics standard to versus fighters, but it seems like Black Dahlia is not going to have too many problems there.
Yeah, so let's talk a little bit about the assault, right? So in this game, her assault, if you've ever played Under Night, is called Onslaught, right? And basically, you hit 2 kicks, and it's a macro, and whether you're in the air or on the ground, you sort of launch forward at a 45-degree angle, and then come back down, sort of a little hop, almost like a KOF short hop, or as it gets probably inspired directly by, Assault from Under Night.
Yes.
So that gives really interesting mobility. You only get one of them before you touch the ground, so you can't say, like, Assault, do something, Assault again, but that means that you can do instant overheads by going assault button immediately. And you'll notice one of the most common buttons for that is going to be heavy punch. Heavy punch is a really good button. It's where she sort of swings that grenade launcher downward. You'll see it all the time, right? It's got a really interesting property by which no matter when you hit it, if they haven't been hard knocked down yet, they will be restanded on the ground. They will be restood and eventually put their feet back on the ground. there are other buttons in the game that do this, like Cerebella's jumping medium punch. If it's the first button you hit in the air, it'll restand. It'll smack them down to the ground, right?
Yes.
This one, it will smack them down to the ground no matter when you hit it. You can go button, 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 heavy punch, and it will still restand them. I love that.
Yes, it's very, very strong. It's also her go-to normal out of assault, as Kai mentioned. It's very fast. I believe fastest is 23 frames, which is pretty much around Painwheel's flight light buttons as a mix-up.
Right.
It, as you mentioned, also restands pretty much off any hit, which is very good for current Dahlia, as she can loop that. So she can do jump button into jump hard punch, and then confirm into her grounded buttons for additional loop, additional combo opportunities, which is important for her gun mechanic. She essentially has 6 shots chambered within her grenade launcher, with those different ammo types, as I mentioned, the mortar and the shotgun. A big thing about Black Dahlia at the moment is that the shotgun is going to be useful for converting. So Black Dahlia has moves such as stand hard punch, which is an overhead, as well as a cross-it move in crouch hard punch, the same button, that she can set up. The thing is even though if she goes for those options, she can't really combo off of them, except once you have the shotgun chamber. So a big thing about Dahlia is she's going to be revolving around these different ammo types that give her different conversions and reset opportunities that you choose to go for in the moment. So things like that overhead or that cross-up can be comboed off of. Another thing like her ground throw, which will normally move them full screen, you may see Penpen and Sonic use her double snap.
Her snap,
in order to combo off it.
Yeah,
because
let's talk a little bit about the
bounce.
unique parts about this build, because the character is not done, obviously.
Yes.
So there's some things that are quite unique. And as you mentioned, the double snap will wall bounce them, and it's pretty much the only thing you can do to keep something going. So even though it does no damage, it can give you extra opportunities to add on to the combo. So it's kind of a very strange and non-traditional thing that you probably won't see in the full build, obviously. But for right now, is one of her only angles to keep that momentum going.
Yes, and one thing that we may like to see and may see with this character, as I mentioned, she has some specialized normals, which means some of her strings may feel currently either limiting or very low damage in comparison. However, Snap allows you to get OTG back. So the OTG state off the ground, which lets you pick up off a hit once it knocks your opponent down into that little pink ground bounce that you see. Snap gives you that back. Double snap gives you that back. Right. So you can have multiple OTGs per combo. And for some characters, when they're by themselves, all alone after their teammates have died, can actually use that wall bounce to get higher damage combos if they don't have efficient meter usage for their whole bar.
Right.
And if they need to eke out that little bit of damage, they can.
So you'll notice both Penpen and SonicFox have a particular combo route that they have on launch. So Black Dahlia's launching button is standing heavy kick. It's that nice, big upward motion that launches them into the air, right? Pretty awesome move. And they both follow it up with heavy shot, right? So heavy shot is going to fire that grenade up in there and create a combo opportunity that you'll see him follow up on. It is certainly not her only option, but as you can imagine, two people that just train super hardcore against each other, they're sort of playing a little bit alike at this stage because it's so early, right?
Yes. So, as I had mentioned, within the chamber, there is that shotgun ammo. It is currently the 3rd shot within the chamber before you have to do a reload. So, in order to get to that shot, you either go through zoning patterns with the gunshot until you have your shotgun stocked, and then you go for a mix-up opportunity, like with that standing overhead or that cross-up. But until they're at that point, they have their gunshots for zoning and stuff like that. But from a full reload, if they get a confirm before that point, and they want to get to that shotgun shell, they have to actually use the gunshot in their combo off their confirm. So the standard one that you're seeing is that stand hard kick, that launcher into the H gun, which pops them back down in delayed hit stun. So once per chain, you get that augmented hit stun from a grounded or air shot. So what you're going to be seeing a lot is a launch into H shot, into an assault confirm, into M air shot, because you get both that and can combo off that, and that automatically leaves you in that shotgun state before having to do a reload.
Yeah.
So you have it for those conversions, for neutral, and you'll see things like that ground bounce. You get to save that OTG for additional damage and a safer reload, because you'll see once you get down, they'll have to go through this reload mechanic.
So there is a very specific combo in this build of the game that is reliant on jumping heavy kick, which that button you'll notice she fires a chainsaw out of her leg.
Yes.
Pretty awesome. But it doesn't appear to be converting very often. There's a reason for that. In the current build, she's meant to do heavy kick, light shot, assault, and that'll put her in range to do it. It's a kind of a tight link right now, which I suspect maybe, you know, refined a little bit, but it's that kind of multifaceted, like you got a boom, boom, boom. It's that sort of awesome, chunky feeling when you have like a sequence of events that equal it. It's not just I push a button, now it's combo time. You got to hit every part of it, and it gives that, I like it when it pushes you to execute more for what you want to get out of it. So I really like that. The other thing that we've been talking about the ammo type out right now, the third shot is the shotgun, right?
Yes.
So just so everyone knows, the sort of current plan is that you load those each intentfully, right? This is just to give people a taste of what that ammo is. So right now they're having to formulate these strategies around, oh, the third shot is a shotgun. It's kind of an interesting thing. Who knows if that'll be in the final. For right now, it's just sort of this build to give you a little bit of a succulent flavor of what a shotgun blast could be. And it's cool to see how they're working around it with things like double snaps, with things like third shot. They're working with what they got. That's, you know, two good players.
Yes. It's funny that you mentioned that J. It's their J jump hard kick. That is that saw blade. It's going to. It seems like it's such a long range normal for a good area of the screen, which is usually about mid to, I want to say, 3/4 of the screen. And it does actually convert. Ooh, we just saw that cross up I mentioned earlier, that you convert with the snap, and there it is again. But the thing about jump hard kick that is best is that it hits so far away, and it combos no matter where you are with normal shot, which is important. So you don't need shotgun to convert off that. You just need assault stocked. So you don't want to do assault into jump hard kick as the starter, as that locks out your remaining assault. But you can do that L gun shot into assault jump hard punch that normally you mentioned, that restands, and can convert with crouch medium pinch. Which allows for a full combo off of such a long range normal. That's a normal which is special cancelable.
Good grab to finish there. And they even it up 2-2. And this is only going to 5, if I'm not mistaken. So this opportunity is for dig a little bit more into what we're seeing here. I think we've given you a really good overview of the character, talk a little bit about the tech. They've got nice and warm. So let's dig a little bit more deeply into how they're playing against one another.
Yes. So you'll generally see them trying to assault in on each other, because that's currently her movement option. You'll see that they're going to go for their mix-up options, which are, in this current build, the standing overhead, her crouch light kick, the trap, frame trap that I mentioned earlier, which is crouch light kick into crouch medium kick. She has, as I mentioned, those long-range normals that you're seeing there, jump hard kick and JMK out of assault. You'll see generally there are lots of launches in combos, because that's currently the combo tool, is launching into those jump hard punch loops or into gunshots, just like you see here. And you'll see, since the current only meter option that Dahlia has is snap, they'll be using that a lot to try and convert off those stray hits.
So I did notice that Penpen exercised a heavy punch loop, which is not unlike how I was trying to play the character earlier at the booth, where you launch into heavy punch, you launch, string into heavy punch, launch, string into heavy punch, and like it's a clean one, because heavy punch is always going to put them right back where you want them on the ground.
Yes. Also, the normals used in this combo, you'll see that the combos are not yet completely finished. You'll see the damage is not to the current state of Skullgirls characters fully built, and that makes perfect sense. But you'll see that the consistent damage from those loops is what they're looking for. They're looking to convert their hits into as much damage as possible, and then saving like those things like the chambered shotgun for the mix-ups they go for. When they want to get a certain confirm, say the push through a certain damage value in order to get the confirm for the kill.
Yeah. So one of the things I don't think we see that much, even though it's possible, is you can do air heavy punch into shots. So you could like punt them down to the ground and then shoot them, and then assault. Maybe, I'm not sure, because it's a little bit more like suboptimal experimentation at the moment, but it's something you can do, and I suspect you may see some tech based on that. I know that I saw SonicFox do some pretty crazy little tricks with heavy punch into shot and then run over or under. It was, you know, Penpen may not give them the opportunity to do that,
yes,
but it's there.
So what you were seeing there was either H-gun into assault, button into M-gun. As I mentioned, they're going through the chamber, trying to get to that shotgun shell, because that's the meterless confirm from those mix-up options. Currently, they have snap to confirm off those options if they go for them without a shotgun shell stocked or no ammo. You'll see if she has no ammo and they try to fire it, nothing comes out. You'll see little sparks, and that leaves her at an incredible disadvantage, I have to say.
Right.
Currently, these moves on block for you tech nerds out there, doing fireball at point blank is -4, and if they have the shotgun shell stopped, it's -11. So you don't really want to just auto chain into those, so they're using delays and frame traps to try and like stay safe while at the same time pressuring the opponent.
Right. And there's again, it's distance, right? The concept of like almost like meaty timing. It's not technically meaty, right? Because they're not waking up. But if you put a shot that explodes as they are intercepting it, I mean, that you fire it. If you're point blank, you're much more negative than if you were a little bit farther away, because it gives the bullet time to travel, then explode, they eat the block stun, so on and so forth. So there's different ways to do it. Right now, because it's only -4, and there really aren't that many buttons that are going to be able to capitalize on that. You'll see people do strings into shot a lot, even though it's not. It basically just makes it not punishable. You're still at a disadvantage, right?
Yes.
It's kind of all you have at the moment.
Yes. So you'll see that, and that's where most of the mix-up opportunity, the standard ones we know, low throw, overhead, will come from that state. Because if you're -4, your opponent's at an advantage, and they can take their turn. So you'll see them go for things like the low, the assault overhead, things like that.
Yeah, exactly. And it looks like Penpen is definitely on the back foot here. Oh man, to get hit by that, this should be a kill. Very nice. Okay, so SonicFox going up significantly over Penpen, only one away from closing this out. So let's see if we can pick apart some of the things that are working in this next round, and tell the audience at home why exactly SonicFox appears to be out in front on this one. Let's pick some of these things out.
From at least that last game, Sonic was getting much more consistent damage from their hits before going for that reset. It seems that they seem to have more of an understanding of how much and dizzy and how much damage to get off their hits before going for a reset. That is optimal. So you'll see they're also taking more advantage of that shotgun shell I mentioned, as well as the snap than Penpen has.
That was a good combo. That was a really good combo. And it incorporated the wall bounce and the floor bounce options with the buckshot that we talked about, where it's like that third shot is going to change the way you combo in this game.
Yes. Another thing I did notice about SonicFox's gameplay here is that they're using that dash throw that she has. Her dash has a tiny bit of startup at the beginning, but once it's active, she almost teleports right to you, so she can get a throw right out of it. You'll see that it has a little bit of startup and then instantly moves forward. And Sonic has been using that to great effect this set. We'll see. Penpen went for a throw reset there, and if they do enough damage here...
If they have the shot, maybe.
Yes.
Oh, they slap them.
They might have wanted to try going for snap there to save that OTG and get that combo confirmed, but we now see Sonic is about to
good little tricky timing reset there to get that low.
Yes. Ooh, see that throw again for the full combo. Ooh, frame trap. Oh.
The assault goes right over him.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a Team Fortress 2 shotgun. It's not going more than a couple inches in front of you.
You'll see that there are some growing pains with that range for that double snap, as they're not necessarily used to it yet. And you may notice when you see that reload mechanic that Black Dahlia's face turns red for a few frames. Oh, drops that. That was a critical confirm. Penpen needed to get that damage on Sonic. Oh, gets it right now.
Last chance. Yeah. Go big or go home. Gets the overhead, nice.
There you go.
During the corner, so
But
the
it's
snap
way
is going to
too
get him out of
close.
there.
Yes.
Nice, and actually Penpen is doing standing medium kicks so well this game.
Yes.
Actually confirming into it. So
You'll
you
see
need one
they're
reset
looping
here.
the OTG there. Does not get the throw.
Oh man, Penpen, are you doing this?
This should be it. Oh, no, drops it. Oh,
No! All right, so we got handshakes. Oh, of course, we got Dahlia in the crowd.
You'll see. Oh, they're doing one more?
I don't think, I think it's just rocking.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we're going to get close. All right, so I mean, that last one was pretty close, and you could see some adjustment. But I mean, it appears SonicFox is perhaps invest a little more classroom time with the character.
Yes.
Very, like I said, very aware of when to go for resets. When you know your character really well, then you know, okay, I'm going to collect this much damage, then I'm going to go for a reset because that's the right time. And this character's so early on that that's not an automatic thing every player knows yet, right? You don't know when to do it. But I mean, SonicFox being SonicFox,
yes,
they know as much as you can, and so they're making good decisions on when to reset.
Yes. So you saw during that set, I was taking note of like how much damage each player was getting with their confirms. Sonic was usually resetting around, I want to say about half on Dizzy, because they noticed the damage drop off for their normals is substantial at that point. Currently, the damage for each normal in this build is currently work in progress.
Right.
They're not obviously taking into account the specials that will be further in the game and will be tweaked as time goes on. But using that to their advantage, not taking that additional 1,000 damage for almost 100 in Dizzy, and saving it for post reset to get that damage once more is critical here. So you'll see that we're getting more, getting through more health bars with less hits from those confirms.
Yeah, and if that's not Skullgirls at the core, what is, right?
Yes.
All right, so we got a 7-on-17 battle coming up for you, but we're going to take a short break to get everything set up, and we'll see you soon.